Hello, welcome back to my channel, Retro Susie. I'm Susie, and welcome if you're new. So, I had a request the other day from one of my subscribers who said, could you do a video on how you use the items that you that you get from Temu and AliExpress, which I thought was great because you guys, I've gotten so many things, and I have been wanting to do more videos on crafting and making crafts, and that's really what I enjoy doing. That's where I have, all the fun, and I don't know, it's very cathartic just doing things with my hands, and you just kind of lose yourself when you start playing around with stuff. So I made these little tags, and I thought we could go over these, and they're really, really easy to make. But I fell in love, as you know, let me turn on the slide. I fell in love with these little mason jar scenes, like world in a jar or whatever, and I just thought it would be fun to make a little tag, and I just used a little bulb pin to attach some little beads and a charm. And on this one, I just used some cheesecloth that I dyed, a little piece of fabric. This is paper that I got in a paper pad from Temu, and we'll go over all of that, but put a little mushroom on this one because of the mushrooms in the house, and this one I used thread instead of the cheesecloth, and this one I used a little bird charm. This one I used thread and cheesecloth. And this one's like my favorite. It's the little fairy, and I use one of the sentiments that say make a wish, although part of it's covered up. But and this one I used a little acorn. But I thought we could go over how to make these. I just wanted to highlight these cute little things. And then after I did that, and I just love these little stickers with these little girls. And I think all of them mostly have cats. But I used these resin charms that I had gotten. For these, I just put the beads right on the pin, but you could also, add them the way that I did here if you wanted. Either way, but basically the same thing. Thank you. They're so cute. The stickers are just so adorable. Okay, so, and on these, I actually stamped the background. This one is just from a paper pad that has the, this is actually the paper. And these are all paper, but I did ink the edges. For these, now you could use resin. I just painted them with some I just have some gloss varnish that I use to paint these. I painted these. These are kind of shiny, so I painted these. You don't have these. I didn't. These I just left the way they are. So it's up to you. I mean, it's so versatile. You can do them however you want to do them. Okay, let's start with the little ones first. So for these, I just have this pad of paper that I got, I think from Temu, and I just took a sheet and used my any glue stick. I tend to use this one, but I also use this one, and stick it down and then cut out about the size. I generally, what I'll do is take the sticker and see about what size it is, and then decide how big I want it to be. It could be even smaller than this. It doesn't have to be this big. But I want a little bit of room on each side. And then I just cut it out. And then I like to use a corner rounder. To get rounded corners. And then I'm just going to use vintage photo. Just go around the edges. I think I need a new stamp pad. I've had this for years. Oh, did I say that oh yeah, I did. That I glue this down to a thicker card just so, it gives it some thickness. Can you hear Kiwi? I think she's dreaming because she's making she's not really snoring, she's just making like little sounds. Okay, so now if you did, and like I said, you don't need to do this step, but if you did want to do this step, you would just and you could use anything really. You could use a spray, gloss, whatever you have on hand. And again, you don't have to even do this step if you don't want to. You could also do resin if you have that and you use resin. I'm going to let that dry. I'll be back. Okay, that dried. I'm just going to do a second coat. Okay, while that's drying, I'm actually going to start picking out the fabric and dyeing the cheesecloth. So I have just regular cheesecloth that just, you know, comes like that. And then this is what I have left from what I coffee dyed, but I just usually cut off a big piece and then coffee dye it. And then what I've been doing to get these colors is I've just been using watercolor. So I just use my watercolors and just pick a color that's in here that I want the cheesecloth to be. Usually what I'll do first though, let me do this first. I'll pick the fabric. So let me back out a little bit. So I have this bag of fabric scraps, and I also have this bag of thread scraps. So whenever I'm sewing, I will put, I know it sounds crazy, but I will put my, you know, scraps of thread in here. Oh, there's a piece of fabric in there. I used to just keep my thread and my fabric all together, and then it got so big that I had to start separating it. And then what I'll also do is when I have, so for these, I was just using little bits of fabric that I had, you know, left over. But I also did just tear off thin strips from pieces of fabric that I had that I can use just for this particular purpose. But when I go to fray something, I'll also save this thread here and put that in here to keep it. And I like that kind of thread because it's variegated. It's not just one solid color. It's kind of, you know, multiple colors depending on what the fabric is. But I'll just grab a little piece of fabric that I feel like goes best. with that little picture. And I'm going to go back close again. And then I'll just cut it. And fray it and see what I think. If I don't like it, then I'll just try another piece of fabric. Because it's better, I've found, to pick the fabric first and then dye the, if I'm going to use the cheesecloth, then dye the cheesecloth, or sometimes I just use thread. You can also use ribbons, but I generally can find fabric that I like that goes with it. A lot of it's covered up anyway, so it's really the ends that yeah, that's good, I think. Or would I like this better? Okay, which do we like better? No, I think I like that one. Okay, and then I'll look for just like a little clump of this is drying now, pretty much. So then I'll just cut a piece. And then I will also fray this, which frays really easily, generally. Kiwi's hungry. I have to go feed. Well, Kiwi's always hungry, but let me go do that real quick. I'll be back. Okay, and then, like I said, I think I'll make it like a dark green. You could make it now as bright or as dark. I just kind of like to give it a muted bit of color. Sometimes I like to make it brighter than others, but in this case. I'll let that dry. Okay, while that's drying, I'm just gonna measure this to put the hole in it for the eyelet. And for that, I just use my crocodile, and I use the 1/8 inch. Size. Now the eyelets that I have are probably I want to say 30 years old. These are like these are so old. I don't even know. So I probably need to get some more. But so far they're working out well. The only thing is they don't, I'll show you. I have to help them separate in the back because they just don't. So I do need to order some new ones. I've had these for so long. But what I have to do, and this is so weird, I have to take these little nippers and I nip. Doesn't really even cut very well, but I try to just put a little notch all the way around. Now I know that you can buy like what they call fluted eyelets, which is basically what I'm doing. They're little notches that are already in there, and it makes it so that when like when you go to press it down, it spreads it out. Basically, I'm just going around trying to put a little notch ever so often in the edge, because for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just because these are so old and back when these were made, they just won't. And maybe they're too long or something. I don't really know. But this is what I've found to do that helps. That's the only way I can get it to do that. Otherwise, it just makes a little rim around it. It won't actually bend back if I don't do that. So I like to put this kind of at I'll put this at going at one angle, and then I like to put the fabric kind of going like an X the opposite way. Now if I just have thread, on some of these I just did thread like that. This one I just have thread. And on some of them I have both. So like this one, I have the cheesecloth, but I also have thread. So I just kind of clump it up and just, you know, get a little hint of it. Kind of showing through. Kind of like that. Now, you can leave it with this white outline around the edge. I have been trimming it off. On these, I've been leaving a little bit, so I'm going to leave just a little bit. You can do it however you like. I have been putting this on cardstock because I did do it at first just leaving it like this. This is really wobbly. These ones are pretty thick. I don't think it's almost like cardstock. But these aren't like that. These are very floppy. So I have been, and I don't like to just take them off and stick them down as a sticker because then they show like all the little lumps underneath. And I don't like that, so I always like to add with stickers. I just like to add some glue stick because I feel like it helps really stick it better. See, that's much better. So once I figured out if that's how I want it to look, I just take a little bit of glue, bend this back. I just put one dot of glue in the middle. And if sometimes I'll move some of the threads in there just so I catch a couple. And then I'll just put a little dot of glue in the middle. And then just stick that down. And then for this one, I made these little dangles. And I got these from Temu, these little, I don't know what you can call these, but they're for jewelry making. They're really soft, easily bent. You put beads on them. And then I just look at the colors and then I see what beads I have. So like yellow, orange, and green maybe. And Trying to see what it has. I don't really have that many teeny tiny little beads. Through the take a few to see what we got. And then, and you don't even have to do this part. You actually, in the next one, I also do one where I just add the beads to the bulb clip. And you could also do it that way. Oops, a little low. Okay, I may have got it too short, but it's okay, it'll work. Then the bulb pin, these I just got. Can't remember if I got these. Did I get these from Temu? I think so. Could use an orange one. Oh, and then I also added a little charm. So now I'm not sure where I got this chain. I'm pretty sure they have it on Temu and on AliExpress. So what I've been doing is just taking a few lengths of chain and then using a jump ring, and I did get these from Temu. And then choose a charm for this one. I think I'll do the leaf because it kind of looks like autumn. Just gonna open up the jump ring and put the leaf on it, and then put the charm on it. And then just twist to close it. And then I just add the little dangle first, and then the other end of the, oops, backwards, leaf, and then attach that. And then there you go. So that's the little one. I just love it. I think it's so cute. And then for the bigger one, it's just basically exactly the same thing. I've already cut out a bigger, so I just measure again about the size of the, and make it, you know, the size of the sticker that I'm going to use, make it a little bit bigger. Cut this down. I just love these little stickers with the big hair and the cats. It's just so cute. I want to find more ways that I can use them in my journals. I see people just stick them down on calendar pages, just like, you know, on the edges and stuff. You know, it's just like a little shot of dopamine. Just a happy person with their cat. And we have 2 black cats and a gray cat. So I will just look around. I think if I make it green, it's going to be too much green. I think I'm going to make it yellow. I might make it orange. Okay, and then just gonna go with this is ball pen, and then for these, I've just been actually putting the beads right onto the pen. They just have to be big enough to go over this little, see, that one won't go over it. Okay, let's punch this hole. Goes this way. Oh, let's see, that's what it does. It looks like that. No matter how hard I push, that's what it looks like. So I just have to try and just at the very edge clip. I'm gonna order some new ones and see. Or if you guys have any tips or hints, let me know. I tried finding the ones with the fluted edges. I can't find them. then after I do it, that's how it, see, it's much flatter. So we got that. This isn't super orange, but it's okay. Oh, I haven't frayed this yet. Yeah, I think I like that. She's so cute. Oh my gosh. I just love these little stickers. Okay, and then so here are the two we made. Easy peasy. Aren't they cute? So much fun. And they can be as easy to make as you want. I mean, you can just literally stick them all down. You don't have to do all the extra stuff that we did as far as even inking the edges and dyeing the cheesecloth. And then you can, you know, journal on the back. Okay, let's take a look at all the ones we got. Okay, you guys, after completely finishing the video and going to edit, I realized that I never stamped the background, and I really wanted to use, oopsie, I really wanted to use a stamp on the background. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to deconstruct and now I know I can't stamp it all the way up to the top, but I do have this set of stamps. I think maybe I'll try this one. I'll use this pigment. Not bad. Okay, just so you know, if you mess up like I did, you can still deconstruct and reconstruct if you need to. Okay, now how did I have it? Must have been like this. Yeah, I'm a little heavier with that. I just wanted it to have something on there. No, it's mostly covered up. But you can see some stuff peeking out. Yeah, I'm happier with it. If I had something little, I would stamp it up there, but I don't really have anything. But I do like it better when it's stamped all the way up to the top. This one. But I'll take it. Yeah, a little better. Oh, and I forgot the sentiments too. You can add sentiments to any of these, you know, from, you can cut them up, you can add whatever you like. I did add some there, but there we go. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think, if you think you might make any. So thanks so much, you guys, for watching, for liking, for subscribing. It all really means a lot to me, and I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. And I do have ironically, a Temu haul on the way. It's taking a really long time to get here. They are going to probably be more few and far between, but I'm not going to stop ordering from Temu. I just have a lot of the stuff that I need. When I do see something that I'd like to have, I'll order it, but it's just not going to be to the extent that it used to be, you know, from Temu or AliExpress. And I'll always give you my honest opinion. And I hope you guys will stick around and be back for the next one. And I look forward to seeing you then. Until the next one, so long.